going on, everybody? I hope that y'all's day is going exactly the way that you want it to go. I'm out here on this gorgeous property in Kimball County. I've been on this place like 40 plus times, and I know that it has beautiful views, but today it was a little different. And as I'm driving down the main road, and you go up this real tall hill, once you get to the top of the hill, you know that there's going to be these beautiful vistas behind you. As I get to the top of the hill, I turn the mule around and I look out, and it's just these vistas that go for miles and miles and miles. I mean, today already is a gorgeous day. It's 75 degrees this morning. There's clear blue skies, nice and pretty clouds up in the sky that just give it that extra little pop, that extra little feel. And as I'm looking out over this vista, down in the bottoms of this valley with a real pretty little field, and I see this deer kind of jumping through the field. And it started making me think about how free that deer looked. You know, it was in its natural environment. It was in the wilderness, loving the life that it was given. And I wanted to think about how can we relate our lives to that deer's life? You know, are we living life the way that we want to live? Is it a free life? Are we stressing about financial worries? Are we stressing about health worries, relationship worries? Do we have all these things just bogging us down? Or are we living life the way that deer is living its life, free and exactly the way God intended him to live? You know, I was thinking about not too long ago the stress that I was under in my life, you know, all the things that were going not the way at all that you wanted them to go. And you're so far in this hole at a point where you look up and you're like, man, am I ever going to get out of this thing? You start dwelling in the negative. And when you dwell in the negative, more negative starts to come. It's just going to continue to come and continue to come. But when you start thinking about the positive, start thinking about, like, let's talk about the deer. Start thinking about the deer that's running through the pasture and how free it is and how you would love to be there. As you start thinking about these things that you want in life, those things begin to happen. They just start to roll. I know Greg kind of talked about in his video about the best time to make a sale is right after a sale that you closed, because your motivation is real high. Well, if you're hanging out with people whose motivation levels are really high, your motivation level is going to grow. If you're hanging out with those whose motivation levels are down in the dirt, and all they can do is think about all the bad things that are happening, then you're going to become worse and worse and worse in your situation. So I encourage you, start celebrating little wins in life. Start hanging out with the people who are where you want to be and where you want to go. Start thinking about how you can get to the point to where you're living life free, just like that deer was doing. You know, it's maybe an odd analogy for some of you, but you never know where you're going to be unless you visualize where you want to go. And that's really important and powerful to think about. Always have somebody that you can talk to that will help build you up into the person that you want to become. Because as you do that, everything will get better. Your health will get better. Your wealth will grow. Your relationships will get stronger. All of these things will get better. Don't take for granted the little things in life, like these vistas that you see as you're driving down the road. Maybe it's a little bunny rabbit that's jumping out there and you think about how cute it is, or whatever it is. Those are little things that we have been blessed in this world with. And even though we may see them all the time, we need to remember that they were put there for a purpose. So we need to celebrate that and enjoy what life has been given. I hope y'all have a blessed day today. God bless you all. If you haven't already, like Greg says, go ahead and smash that subscription button. Join our community. We would love nothing more than for you to share some of your stories with us. Tell us what you want to talk about, and we would be more than happy to elaborate on those things. God bless you all, and have a blessed day.